Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Your life is your story. Write well. Edit often. No amount of regretting can change the past, and no amount of worrying can change the future. Courage is like a muscle. We strengthen it by use. If you give up on your dreams, what's left? If we all did the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than the ones you did. Life shrinks or expands in the proportion to one's courage. Letting go means to come to the realization that some people are a part of your history, but not a part of your destiny. You can't live your life for other people. You've got to do what's right for you, even if it hurts some people you love. Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can fall together. True wisdom requires both thinking with our head and understanding with our heart. Our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but from wanting to control it. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible. Then suddenly you are doing the impossible. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. You must learn to let go, release the stress. You were never in control anyway. Opportunities don't happen. You create them. If something is wrong, fix it now. But train yourself not to worry. Worry fixes nothing. Challenges are gifts that force us to search for a new center of gravity. Don't fight them. Just find a new way to stand. Don't be discouraged. It's often the last key in the bunch that opens the lock. You have to fight through some bad days to earn the best days of your life. Life is just a race against time, so have a good time. The starting point of all achievement is desire. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. Climb the mountain to see the world, not so that the world can see you. If you don't stand up for something, you can fall for anything. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. If it is important to you, you will find a way, not an excuse. Worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It empties today of its strength. With confidence, you have won before you have started. The only place where your dream becomes impossible is in your own thinking. You are always stronger and more resourceful than you give yourself credit for. Challenge and adversity are meant to help you know who you are. Storms hit your weakness, but unlock your true strength. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. The discontent and frustration that you feel is entirely your own creation. Our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss. If you find a path with no obstacles, it probably doesn't lead anywhere. The best view comes after the hardest climb. Look in the mirror. That's your competition. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. It always seems impossible until it's done. We can do anything we want to if we stick to it long enough. Keep your fears to yourselves, but share your courage with others. Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. You become what you believe. Time is a created thing. To say, "I don't have time," is like saying, "I don't want to." Sometimes you face difficulties, not because you have done something wrong, but because you have done something right. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. The only real prison is fear, and the only real freedom is freedom from fear. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. We must believe that we are gifted for something, and that this thing, at whatever cost, must be attained. Prosperity is not without many fears and disasters, and adversity is not without comforts and hopes. When you compare the sorrows of real life to the pleasures of the imaginary one, you will never want to live again, only to dream forever. History will be kind to you because you intend to write it. Grief and resilience live together. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. Just because your path is different from others doesn't mean you're lost. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. A failure is not always a mistake. It may simply be the best one can do under the circumstances. The real mistake is to stop trying. The trick is to enjoy life. Don't wish away your days, waiting for better ones ahead. It is difficult to make the right choice if you fear choosing wrongly. Courage doesn't mean you don't get afraid. Courage means you don't let fear stop you. We are all faced with a series of great opportunities, brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. Go forth on your path, as it exists only through your walking. You can waste your lives drawing lines, or you can live your life crossing them. You have to accept whatever comes, and the only important thing is that you meet it with the best you have to give. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. The art of living lies less in eliminating our troubles than in growing with them. Life isn't something you possess, it's something you take part in. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Go as far as you can see. When you get there, you'll be able to see further. Be brave to stand for what you believe in, even if you stand alone. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. On the other side of a storm is the strength that comes from having navigated through it. Raise your sail and begin. You can have it all, just not all at once. The world stands aside to let anyone pass who knows where he is going. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give you happiness. Bad days give you experience. You may delay, but time will not. Never bend your head. Always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. Act as if it were impossible to fail. The past is history. The future is a mystery. The here and now is a gift. That is why it's called the present. The art of life is a constant readjustment to our surroundings. Life is only precious because it ends. Now is no time to think of what you do not have. Think of what you can do with what there is. Within our dreams and aspirations, we find opportunities. It is confidence in our bodies, minds, and spirits that allows us to keep looking for new adventures. Pain makes you stronger. Tears make you braver. Heartbreak makes you wiser. So think the past for a better future. It's the little details that are vital. Little things make big things happen. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking places. What makes you unique is what makes you attractive. It is important that we forgive ourselves for making mistakes. We need to learn from our errors and move on. Don't raise your voice. Improve your argument. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. The truth is not for all men, but only for those who seek it. Difficulties are meant to rouse, not discourage. The human spirit is to grow strong by conflict. Finding the lesson behind every adversity will be the one important thing that helps get you through it. The pain you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that is coming. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. I have learned not to allow rejection to move me. It's not who you think you are that holds you back. It's who you think you're not. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing the poor hand well. Fear is just excitement in need of an attitude adjustment. We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey. Forgive yourself for your faults and your mistakes, and move on. When you accept yourself, the whole world accepts you. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. It's not the load that keeps you down. It's how you carry it. Step out of the history that is holding you back. Step into the new story you are willing to create. At the end of the day, let there be no excuses, no explanations, no regrets. You have within you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. The first duty of a man is to think for himself. To succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours. If a goal is worth having, it's worth blocking out the time in your day-to-day life necessary to achieve it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Work hard in silence. Let success be your noise. We generate fears while we sit. We overcome them by action. You just can't beat the person who never gives up. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Only you have the power to determine whether your future mimics your past. No matter how hard you work to bring yourself up, there's someone out there working just as hard to put you down. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. Never will you have this day again, so make it count. Failure is a condiment that gives success its flavor. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. If you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. If you're not, you'll find an excuse. Don't be afraid to give up the good for the great. If you can do what you do best and be happy, you're further along in life than most people. When your work speaks for itself, don't interrupt.